Yeah, I tell you what, child, y'all. These thoughts. Hold on, just 1 second. Yeah.
Hey there, Chumba fans.
Yeah, what's up? What's up to Beat on Entertainment TV, man? These folks just called my phone, won't leave me alone. I just don't know. Oh Lord, am I hitting like that? No, I'm just playing. But welcome to Beat on Entertainment TV, which is based on firearm violence, domestic violence. I feed the unfortunate. I'm always out in the community having fun, laughing, talking. You know, I talk about gun violence because that's what my son was demised by. Um, And here lately, it's been a lot of gun violence. I mean, a lot of firearm violence. I mean, a lot. I mean, more than what we really know, more than what's being really reported on the news. That's all I can say. But anyway, I thank y'all for coming out. Anyway, but let's get ready to get this started. Let me see who I got. Hey, Miss Leggin. Hey, Sarah. How y'all doing? What's going on, y'all? Boy, I tell you, it's been feeling good in Texas, y'all. It ain't been cold. It's been like just right. I mean, just right, just right. I mean, Pep may have been started back to work because it's been kind of warm outside. It's been like 60, 68, 70 degrees outside, which is unbearable weather right now. And I was also told that um, someone informed me that back in Atlanta, Georgia, that this one guy was unfortunate, which was homeless, and some guy came by, was doing a lot of shooting and shot him about 30 sometimes. I'm like, nobody heard that. Nobody didn't hear that man was doing no shooting out there. They said they didn't hear nothing. Impossible. That's impossible. That's impossible for all those people around there being homeless and no one heard no gunshots. Come on now. Y'all know better than that. I know better than that. Y'all know better than that. Something went on. Something went on and they're not telling us. And I want to know what really happened. I want to know how they not be all they're right there, unfortunate people right there hanging around each other and one to sleep and nobody heard no guns, no firearm shots, no shots. I don't believe that. I don't see how that happened. I don't know. Hey, TT. I don't know how it can be. But I believe something happened and somebody probably did see something, but they just ain't said something. So if you seen somebody in Atlanta, Georgia, somebody got unalive there and they know they were unfortunate, just go ahead and turn in what you saw. It was just a little something. It was even just something real small. Small things mean sometimes something major. You just don't know what it can mean to them. Something small to you may be something big to them. So if you saw anything, and this man was up under the bridge when it happened, so somebody could have thought some car backfired when it came through up under the bridge, or thought maybe something exploded or something busted or something like that up under the bridge. But this happened, and they was up under the bridge where it happened at. So if y'all know anything about it, please speak up. Speak up. You see something, say something. You know what I'm saying? And you know it ain't right. Please say something. I really would appreciate it. But tonight's show is going to be about domestic violence. I'm not going to keep y'all too long, but we're going to talk about that and get caught on some things like that. And my thing is still, I must always say this: why a man want to abuse you and then turn around and look at you and say that you're beautiful? You know what I'm saying? And I think that's just uncalled for, and I think that's really crazy because, once you beaten up in your face is blood and your eyes are black and things like that, and you're pretty to them, you're not pretty to yourself. You know what's going on. Step your game up, walk away, get your safe haven place, talk to somebody where you can make some kind of change in your life, where you can move around a little bit. Anything. I mean, anything will work. You just don't know what would work for you unless you try it. But when you do something like that, you're trying to get away, make sure you do it in quietness. You don't tell nobody. And I always say, make sure your friends are not his friends. Like I said, how can someone be so cruel this time of year of people that's not doing nothing but trying to survive themselves? Trying to survive themselves. I heard one homeless guy say, we're human too. We're people. We're people just like everybody else. And when that man said that, I felt it. I felt it in my heart. I just felt it. I felt it. Just my spirit. I felt it in my heart when he said it, because he said it with some in it. You know what I'm saying? With some little in it when he said it. You know what I mean? And that's sad. So if y'all seen something, I know something went on, please say something to the Atlanta, Georgia Police Department. Speak out about it. Let them know what you saw, what you heard. If you were just riding by and you heard something, just report what you heard, what you saw. You just don't know, because sparks did come from that firearm. Firearms have sparks. And I'm sure that firearm did spark fire did do a little sparking. So please do turn it in. And you know what? And that's why I say that I get out. When I be out, I give them hugs. I laugh, I talk, I cut up with them. I learn their names, because I know they're people just like me. They live just like I had to live day-to-day life. There's somebody's parents. There's somebody's sister, brother, somebody's kids, son, sister, daddy, somebody. They somebody. And quit acting like you scared and treating them like they're nobody, because they're nobody. They're somebody. Yes, Legan. Yes, baby. Yes, ma'am. Lord Jesus, it's a cruel world we live in, y'all. It's very cruel. It's very people are cruel, and people don't realize how they hurt other people. And then sometimes, as they say, and it's true, hurt people, hurt other people. Yes, CT. Yes, hurt people, hurt other people, and cause you hurt, try to get you some help. Don't hurt nobody else because you're miserable. If you're miserable, don't hurt nobody else. That means you need to get yourself together, because you're not right within yourself. You're unhappy. That means you need to get yourself together. Quit hurting other people. Maybe if you feel the same hurt, you wouldn't do it to other people. You know what I mean? And it's just terrible. It's sad and it's terrible, because we are here. We all are God's child. Each and every one of us is God's children. He might not like what we do, and he might not like the things that the hand's been shown to him, has been written down. But it's there, and we got to do better. So yeah, please, if you know anything, again, you're not being a snitch. You're just in a person that's telling what's going on within somebody's life. That's all I see. I don't see anything different. Anyway, what's been going on, family, y'all? I just want to get that out there and get that out the way and go ahead and get that told and everything. So everything I'm going to play tonight, y'all, is for educational purpose only, y'all. Trying to educate young women, older women, and men about domestic violence, about how you don't have to be taking the abuse of being in domestic violence. You see what I'm saying? Everyone to stand strong, and everyone need them a safe haven place, I no matter what, and if you got kids, you definitely need a safe haven place. So, but I'm gonna play this one video, y'all. It's very crazy. It's very crazy. Teacher said any one of us could be at our lowest at any time. We would need support too. I know, like, teacher, right? I've been there before. I've been at my lowest. I've been low, and I know how it is to be low. Shoot, I know how I feel. I know what it is. I know what all that mean. I really do. I do. But let me go ahead and get started. I'm gonna show this video right quick. If y'all hear bells, it's just Sabrina, y'all playing with these bells over here. I'm so sorry, y'all.
They started the new year in mourning, having to tell this 7-year-old little girl her mom, Deshante Wallace, passed away at the hospital after being found at her home on Detroit's east side last Saturday.
I got to the hospital and I saw my daughter. My daughter's eye was sitting out here.
Deshante's mom says her daughter did not have that swollen eye or any other injuries New Year's Eve before dropping her off at her home for the last time.
When I talked to the doctor said she had bruises along the top of her torso and along her right side all the way down.
Deshante's family says the original story given to police was that she died of an overdose, but they say absolutely not. And they're pointing to a long history of domestic violence at the hands of her boyfriend of 10 years.
He split her lip and her eye. She had to have 17 stitches up, 17 stitches here. He took my child.
They say the 36-year-old's death was no accident and that they think she was murdered. Unfortunately, she was too scared to go to police before this happened, so no trail of the abuse.
Well, she was crying for help, but scared to get it.
Deshante's longtime boyfriend and daughter's father was initially arrested and questioned this weekend with a female associate, but then they were released. Detroit police say they are actively investigating, and the family says it's hinging on an autopsy report not completed as of Monday afternoon. Sources tell us bleach was found on Deshante's body and near where she was found in the home.
Something was being covered up that night.
He was the oldest of all of them.
Sadness because they say they saw this coming and tried so hard to help.
She wanted to be loved by this man for some reason. She wanted days to work for her child. She wanted to give her daughter the world. And it cost her her life.
Reporting on Detroit's east side, Jessica Dupnack, Fox 2 News.
Y'all, she was a beautiful woman, a beautiful young lady, I'm telling you, you just don't know what go on in men's mind. She had a baby, you know what I'm saying? And she was not like that when she was last seen. So they knew that she was beaten up. They knew that she was hurt by somebody else. Sometimes you have to have somebody in your family member to give you a welfare check at your house sometime when you're a single person. You know what I'm saying? You just don't know what the hell these men would do to a woman. No matter how you try to fight a man, y'all, a man is always stronger than us. Do you hear me? As a woman, he is strong. He got more power than us. You get to stand strong, y'all. I'm telling y'all. And that's why it's important to have you a safe haven place to go to when interaction, things like this happen at your home. That's why it's always best to have a safe place to go, a safe haven. That's why I always tell y'all this. This is why I do domestic violence. This is why I talk about it. I'm tired of seeing my sisters being hurt. I'm tired of seeing some of my brothers who be at their weakest moments being hurt. This is not crazy. I'm tired of my kids. The kids, your kids are being hurt because they're losing their parents, their loved ones, someone they looked up to and just not there for them no more. Come on, y'all. You got to do better. You got to interview these men when y'all bring them into your house. You men got to interview these women when you bring these women to your house, because you just never know the mind frame of a person. And a person's mind frame changes every single day, every minute, every second. I'm telling you. So that's why I say, don't let your friends be his friends. I always have that friend that you can go to that he do not know where they stay or how to get to them. Know their phone number, could call, harass them. And none of that. None of that. This is why I'm telling y'all. Because you just never know when you might need that safe haven. You might not need it, not because you think it's all fun and games. It ain't no big old deal. But as they say, small things are the ones. One thing with you being missed, that small action. I'm telling y'all what I know. I'm telling you what I heard.
If this video landed on your For You page, you might be one of the people who need to hear this. Now, this video is for two people, the ones who did not learn the fundamentals of childhood of keeping your hands to yourself. This video is also about their victims. And an honorable mention, the people who like to lie about being abused. I won't leave you out. It is October, which means it is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So what better time to talk about family violence and protective orders? And since I'm a family law attorney, we're going to discuss protective orders that are issued in family court, not to be confused with the protective orders that are issued in criminal court or restraining orders. Now, this is a legislation year for us in family law in Texas, which means we had a bunch of changes that were implemented on September 1st, from child support to community property, all the way down to protective orders. So let's talk a little bit about the old versus the new. Prior to September 1st, 2023, this is what you needed in order to be granted a protective order. There was a two-pronged test. First, you have to show that family violence had occurred within the past 2 years. And the second part is you have to show that it was likely to occur again in the future. So now, starting September 1st, 2023, you no longer have to show that it occurred within the past 2 years. Hell, it could have occurred over 10 years ago. And you no longer have to show that it is likely to occur again in the future. They just taken all the requirements away. So if you following along and you thinking what I'm thinking, the answer is yes. All you need for a protective order now is to show that family violence has occurred, however long ago, at any point. So now let's talk about, what is family violence? Before I give you the answer, y'all enjoyed the trivia in the last video so much, let's just do another one. Now let's just say we all know rent is high, so you got 11 roommates, and one of your roommates is extremely mad because somebody ate their leftovers in the refrigerator. So the roommate pounces on the other roommate, beats him to smithereens. Is that considered family violence? Yes or no? Put it in the comments. If you put no, your answer is wrong. Aww. So family violence is an act by a member of the family, so that's your mama, daddy, sister, brother, cousin, auntie, or a member of the household, so that's girlfriend, boyfriend, roommate. And they did acts that were intended to create physical harm, bodily injury, assault, or sexual assault. Let's do one more trivia question. We'll call this one a bonus. It'll be a true or false. True or false that threats to do physical harm or bodily injury or assault or sexual harm is family violence? Just a threat. True or false? Why y'all get y'all answers together? If you put true, your answer is correct. Yes, threats are family violence. So you know what all this boils down to, what this means. Those little toxic relationships y'all be in that y'all think is cute when y'all slapping on each other, it is so easy for someone to go and get a protective order granted against you. And that will follow you. That is public record. But y'all, on a more serious note, domestic violence is disgusting. And those who are committing it should be ashamed of themselves. 1 in every 4 women have experienced domestic violence. 1 in every 7 men have experienced domestic violence. On average, it takes a victim 7 times to experience the violence before they leave for good. 7 times. And I can guarantee that everyone watching this video has either experienced it for themselves or knows someone who has gone through it. I have been hired to handle some of the most horrific protective order cases committed by men and women. I remember this female client that I had, beautiful, beautiful girl. I remember the day I met her when she came for her consultation. When she showed me the photos of her face the day she went to the hospital, I didn't even recognize her. She looked like 2 completely different people. That's how bad he had beat her up. And trust me, I don't forget about my male clients either. The case that's coming to mind is his girlfriend was spitting on him, throwing knives at him. And thankfully, they had these little cameras set up around the apartment because they had just had a baby. And this was all caught on camera because we're not going to pretend that most men are not believed. Had that not been on camera, just the photos of them cuts on his arms would not have been enough. And we all know it. The only thing that I can't stand more than an abuser is the people who lie about being abused. And trust me, I have dealt with those protective orders too. But there is nothing like catching somebody in a lie. In court, in front of everybody. I hope you enjoyed today's video on protective orders. If you are going through a domestic violence situation, please do not be afraid to reach out to the national hotline. The number is 800-799-7233. And I just want to say thank you for everyone who's been supporting my new service. If you don't know what it is, I now offer a drafting service.
Again, that number is 1-800-799-7233, the National Domestic Hotline. They're open 24 hours, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And someone is always there for you if you need any help at all. Any help. You just want to talk. Let's see. I want to say this is a touchy subject because my mother was abused, y'all. I have tears and flowing emotion because, because it took me because my mom was abused by my father. I'm so sorry to hear that, Legging baby. I'm so sorry. Let me drop the link for baby. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry, baby. Yeah. You know, so you already know. So you know. You know. Let's see. You already know. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry that even happened, baby. You know. Yeah. Crib baby in the bathroom for about 2 hours and a half. My mom's in heaven now. Today my father did as well, but I know she endured a lot of abuse though through the hands of my dad. I know she no longer in pain. She's with Jesus. Amen. Amen. I'm sorry, baby, about that. I'm so sorry about that, sister. We love you, baby, and thank you for sharing that with us. What's going on, Pappy?
Hey, everybody.
What's going on, good?
Nothing much, just a little under the weather today.
What you know good?
Nothing much.
Under the weather? I can tell I need to go. You hear people? Tell boy. Yeah. I ain't been doing nothing trying to stay a little woman. It ain't been that cold outside, but it's been tolerable,
Yeah.
And then I ain't been doing too much of nothing. Should have been in the house.
My husband said it got up to 71 degrees today.
Yeah, it did get kind of hot today. It did. It wasn't that bad though. It felt pretty good. I'm gonna try to meet my cousin. I go outside, I got a jacket on, sweatpants. I'm like, I'm coming outside, all this shit on. I'm coming outside, all these clothes on, dude. That was pitiful.
I just been laying around. Yeah. I think it's hitting me right about now.
We say, Pam?
I said I just been laying around. I think. Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? What's wrong with my thing?
Yeah, I can hear you, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I just been laying around.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
What's wrong with I said I just been laying around. I think it's hitting me now. I think this little bit I gotta go through this weekend is kind of bothering me.
And hit you a little bit, touch you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. Okay, let's go ahead and finish this right here.
She filed for divorce a day later.
That's an old trick of the book. Okay, we're here from the men now. His wife filed a domestic violence order with the courts months ago. So what that probably is an order of protection, or in some cases, like in Georgia, they call it a TPO, temporary protective order. And then she filed for divorce a day later. That's an old trick of the book. Let me tell you why people do that. They file order of protection or TPO, right, which is one court. That's not a divorce court that they're filing in. Because the first time you go to court on a TPO is ex parte. What that means is there's no other party there. You're the only party. So the judge is only hearing one side of the story. You know, this what happened. You didn't mean you might have pictures. And it may be absolutely valid, true, everything that you're saying. But they never heard the other side. But they feel like, based on what you're saying, we need to put this in place for an emergency basis. And then we'll get the other person served to hear the other side. So usually that's 21 days in Illinois. Then you get a date for a full hearing of the other person to get served. You file for divorce. What happens is on that 21 days, instead of that other person thinking you're going to hearing to hear that this should be canceled, I didn't do any of this, right? They actually are going to consolidate those cases because they want one judge to hear your issues, because the judge is going to handle your divorce. If there's children involved, handle what happens with the children. Because if there's order protection and the children are named, that means you can't have contact with the children. Now you're being consolidated and it's being kicked out even further, another 21 days. So now you're almost 2 months or so without contact, without being in the house that you lived in, without contact with your children, if that's the case. And that's the old trick of the book. People usually do that in divorce sometimes to get the exclusive possession of the house, because that will give you exclusive possession of the house that you're in and the other person has to get kicked out.
In other words, he stepped together. He knew exactly what he was going for. He knew what he was doing, and so that let me know that he did some research before he decided to go ahead and make his move to get a divorce. At the same time, get his protective order at the same time. Now that was a smart move, and get a divorce. Man, now he was on his job, and whoever that lawyer that he had was on their job too, because they didn't like dealing with any kind of balance. It was a real smart move. Let's see here. The folks make me sick, I tell you. Look at taking the phone and stuff. Don't be wrong, nothing. Like I said. Yeah, I'm so sorry about that, Leggin. That's what I'm talking about. You just never know. You know what I'm saying? It could be in anybody's household, y'all. I don't think we do it just, stay prayed up and, like I said, move the way you're supposed to move, you know what I'm saying? Call that number, you know what I'm saying? When you call that number, you call that number anytime. That's what they there for. That's their purpose of being there. It's a purpose of having it's a purpose of having that site. The purpose of having that shelter is for helping people with domestic violence, you know what I'm saying? And like I said again, it's men and women, you see what I'm saying? The support team is there for. And also they help you if they can't help you there, if you're not there, they have resources in your city and state. That's what I mean. They have resources in your city and state, and they can help you where you are and get you in contact with resources in the state and city that you're in. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's a 1-800 number. That's why somebody is 24 hours a day. Somebody always there for the whole year round. And also domestic violence really got really bad during COVID time. C-19 time. During the C-19 time, that's when domestic violence got really bad. That's when a lot of started going on in the household. A lot of fights started going on. People at home too long with the husband, and the husband at home too long with the kids, and the husband got stressed out. Y'all, men get stressed out too. They get stressed out just like we get stressed out. So, there's no difference between how their emotions is and how their feelings are. Than our emotions and our feelings and how we feel as well. So they might feel a bit different than us, but that's how that's what they do. But they have emotions too, and they have feelings. And men's cry. Shit, I know men's a cry. Sure.
And you're just the person to keep it running, because a proud homeowner has a protective instinct, and frankly, the brains to know the grid is gonna let you down sometime. And you're just the person to keep it running, Because a proud homeowner has a protective instinct. And frankly, the brains to know the grid is going to let you down sometimes. That's why when the rest of the block is lighting candles,
You advertising
looking
right there,
for
y'all.
flashlights,
Commercial.
you're ready to rock and roll. It's not just a generator. It's a power move. Request a free quote today.
Rex Chapman explains the dangers of domestic violence calls for both victims and police.
Our officers are asked to do an incredibly difficult job, and they're thrust into situations that are often very unpredictable and extremely dangerous.
St. Paul Police Chief Axel Henry says domestic violence calls are some of the most dangerous an officer will deal with. The police union called the officer involved a highly experienced veteran who showed an unbelievable amount of bravery, skill, and mental toughness to save the lives of members of our community after having been shot.
But our city's experienced 6 domestic violence homicides this year.
We've actually seen 32 across the state as a whole this year.
Violence.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why they stopped.
The man who posted this.
I hope you felt beautiful, valuable. I just want to look at you forever and ever and ever.
And this. Also. Of a potential abuser, I talked about love bombing. And this is the classic example. Abusers don't come out of the gate swinging to get you to fall in love with them, tell you that no one's ever made them feel this way, make you think that they're your soulmate. They do this because they need you to be hooked by the time they start abusing you. They need you to see the good so that when they start abusing you, you believe that it's not really them, that they just made a mistake, that they'll never do it again, and that they love you. They need you to believe them when they say it's your fault. He was so good before, but you make him like this. You make him crazy. It's not you. It's a character flaw in them. They need you to believe that you can change them, but I promise you they don't change. To McKinley, you are so strong. Thank you for sharing your story because it could save other women's lives. And to those commenting, you will never understand until you're in the situation yourself. Don't say choose better men because these men play picture perfect until you choose them. And sometimes abusers are even good guys until they're married and have kids and the woman is totally financially dependent on them. Stop blaming women. We need to hold the abusers accountable.
Yes, we do. We do need to hold the abuser accountable. They need to be held accountable for how they hurt us, with something like that. Hey, Toya, things like that. Hey, family and everything. Even the woman need to be held accountable for abusing a man. You know, especially when you tell a woman you're associated with that woman, and that woman's beating up on that man, and you tell her to don't do it and leave that man alone. Don't be putting your hands on that man, and they do it anyway. You know what I mean? Again, and they do it anyway, and eventually that abusing led them to somewhere else to take a nap at. You know what I'm saying? So this was always important to keep your hands to yourself. I mean, I don't put my hand on nobody. You know what I'm saying? You ain't touching me. I ain't touching you. I'm gonna cuss you out. You'll cuss me out. We're gonna have a cussing match. I'm gonna be throwing your shit, whatever. But I ain't gonna be putting my hands on you, and you ain't gonna be putting your hands on me. Keep your hands off me. I don't want to be touched on.
Yeah, friend, you right, friend. I done been on. Like I said once before. I was a victim of domestic violence with my ex-husband, and we went through all them too. I had a restraining order on him. I got a divorce. He couldn't be around the kids. The only place he could be around the kids was at his mama's house. We went through all that too. And after he realized I was going on by my business, that I really meant business, and I was gone. But it took him to go to jail. He went to jail for kidnapping me. His charges was family violence. His charges was family violence and kidnapping. And after all of that was all said and done, and he realized that I was actually gone, we became friends. On the flip side, my son that grew up watching it, he didn't put his hands on women, but he had one put her hands on him. And he kept on telling the girl, one son, my other son was cutting his hair, and he was looking at his phone, and she went and knocked the phone out of his head and hit him upside the head while he's sitting in the chair getting his hair cut. And he kept on telling her, go on, leave him alone, leave him alone. And she wouldn't stop till he got up and knocked the hell out of her again. He got up and knocked the hell out of her. Then she wanted to call the police. No, my brother stopped. My son, the one that was doing the haircut, he had to explain to the police that she the one started it. He was cutting his hair. He was sitting in the truck when the police got there. They didn't even know that the police was coming. She started it. She kept on doing it. She kept on doing it. They called me one morning about 4 o'clock in the morning. She called me. And I'm listening to him in the background. Tell her the truth. Tell her the truth. Tell her who started. Tell her who started. Cause she called me wanted me to get on him. And I'm listening to him in the background. Tell her who started. Tell her what happened. Tell her what happened. Tell her what happened. And I'm already mad because you waking me up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I got to get up at 6 to go to work. And I told her I didn't mean no harm, y'all. Don't get me wrong, but I just had to let her know in a little way. Don't call my house at no 4 o'clock in the morning with this mess between you and him. Number one, y'all grown. Number two, if it ain't about the baby, he ain't dying or dead. Don't call me this time of morning. I ain't trying to hear none of that. Cause she didn't know I knew she was the one who was starting it all. My younger son was my son that she was doing it to. He didn't tell it. My younger son told it. He said she always doing that. She always let somebody come around, then she want to talk noise and go to hitting on him and pushing on him and stuff. He didn't put his hands on women because he grew up watching his daddy do it.
And that's something. I hate that. Young folks. These are young folks. These young people, not no older people. These are young people.
Yeah, and then if I could think of her mama last name before she got married, you might would know her, but I can't think of her mama last name. I can't think of what the mama last name was. And she gonna call me. Did you tell T don't call you? They all offended because of what I said about the baby. Did you tell T don't call you if the baby, unless that baby dying or dead? I said if it's she calling me about some message going on between grown folks. Yeah, I told her that because I don't want to hear it. That's them. I knew she was doing it. Her mama go for bad. She got it bad putting her hands on. She ready to fight and put her hands on me. The mama tried to fight my son. No, it ain't gonna be none of that.
Right.
So it go both ways. It ain't only women that experience it. Men experience it too.
Yeah. They do experience it. They do. And then they want to get it worse because they only want to tell nobody getting their butt whooped.
Yeah.
Troy said being a victim of domestic. I thank God every day I survive. I know that's right. It's crazy.
I thank God every day I survive too, because I showed with what I went through, I could have been dead. Could have really been dead.
Yeah, I see. And he kidnapped him. How long did what you got as far as him being being kidnapped?
It was just overnight because everybody was looking for me, and everybody was looking for me, and we ended up going over to his mama house, and his mama already knew that everybody was looking for me. What had went down? Because my mama told her and my mama was friends to a certain extent. You know, they were friends. And my mama called over there and told his mama what was going on. And when we made it, we stayed out. He took me to his sister's house. And then we went over to his mama's house the next day. And we wasn't there 5 minutes before the police pulled up. And his mama said, don't run now, nigga. You didn't run when you got her. That tickled me. She told him, she said, don't run now, nigga.
So the police had to get involved now. Who called the
Mm-hmm.
police? Your mama did? Your sister did?
My mama called the police.
She did the right damn thing. Calling police on that turkey like that, doing some crazy shit like that right there. That's crazy. That's how.
And
Oh,
the bad part about it, when the police was going to the house, I had a car and my carburetor on my car wasn't good, and I knew if I hit the gas, the car would go dead.
right.
So when we got look about 3-4 blocks away from the house, I hit the gas and the car went dead. And he got out the car like he was trying. I knew what was wrong with it. I knew all he had to do was sit there and wait for it to, cool off a little bit, let the gas run back down.
Yeah.
And police passed right by us, and he stick his head. He wouldn't let me look at the police. He made me get out the car. He had the hood up on the car, acting like he working up under the car, and made me stand there like I'm working up on the car. And when the police passed right by, he wouldn't even let me look over there.
Ain't that something?
But because we was married, and I knew what triggered him and what would make him go off. But we wasn't together at the time. I had left him. I knew not to. I just whatever he said, I just went along with the game plan. I was talking my little shit, because I knew I could talk a certain amount of noise to him, but just I knew not to go too far to piss him off, because I had been
Yeah.
with him long. I was married to him, so that's probably the reason why that mine wasn't no worse than it was, because I didn't do nothing to make him madder than what he was. And he was acting like it just wasn't nothing. Just like he come to get me and we gonna spend some time
Okay.
together like it wasn't nothing.
And y'all friends right today? Hell no.
Yep.
So as y'all being friends, do you ride with him anywhere as being friend? Do you go to work with him? Y'all conversate? I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. I went about 2 years ago, I went and picked him up. My two boys belong to him, and my youngest son only got one daughter, and was going to the birthday party, and my mama wanted to go, and I went and got him so he could help me with my mama, and he didn't change one word. He needed a
all
ride to
right
the
then.
party, and I needed help with my mama, and I went and got him. It wasn't no,
Well,
we might.
right.
Now, when it comes to our kids, my oldest son is his baby, and the youngest son is my baby. And my oldest son don't do no wrong in his eyes. Now that's about the only thing we argue about is them boys. And he said the
Yeah.
youngest boy is my baby. And money, cause he's still paying me child support and they grown. That's about the only thing we get. But we conversate. Now we get on the phone and talk about both of them. I know one day we was on the phone talking about both of the boys, and me and him both was burning them up. We was on the phone about an hour talking about our kids.
Yeah. 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 Legacy. It's sad, y'all. The children suffer the most, and the one that was abused, my mom would have got beaten. Yeah, I know. I bet.
Hmm.
A man, no, they go. Man, I think a man go too far. They go farther than where a woman would go. That's what I think. Hold on. You understand me? Let's go. Let me.
If you are a victim of domestic abuse, happens.
What you think about that, pal?
A lot of when my ex-husband thought I would never leave him, and when I left, that's what pushed him over the edge. He
Oh,
told me.
what made
He
him
told me
think?
to my.
You gave him some kind of reason to think that. What you do? You acting up? I mean, what you doing? Showing out, showing different signs, doing something different. You change your routine up. I mean, what happened?
To make me leave.
For him to think you was doing something to make him start acting not like that right there. I mean,
It wasn't a point that I was doing nothing. He controlling. He a narcissist and he controlling. And it has to be his way or no way. And if it
yeah,
ain't his way, he would slip. He would go clean left. He jumped on me one time. I think my oldest daughter, mama, she took me home. I was at my mama's house and she took me home. And he had called and told me to bring him some fish. And we went to 2 or 3 different stores to find this particular kind of fish that he wanted. And just the fact that she dropped me off, he got mad. And that started, I called them fights because it wasn't just he whooping my ass, it was a fight. Because it
yeah,
was a fight. I'm not going to never just roll over and let you do me no any kind of way. I don't care who you is. And it was a fight. And he got mad because I was in the car with my oldest daughter grandma. What is you mad about? This woman done took me all over town trying to find the fish you want. She was nice enough to bring me home because she lived on that side of town and she was on her way home and stopped at the store to get the fish you wanted.
yeah.
And he went there because I was in the car with her. What that had to do with anything? And the fight was
Right.
on. Or if I wasn't at his job time enough to help him for him to go cash his check and stuff, that would be a fight. If I was hanging out with his cousins and I stayed gone too long with his folks, that was a fight. He was just
Oh wow.
controlling.
Just fighting for no reason.
He was controlling. It was his way or no way.
Right. Wow, that's crazy, ain't it?
And the bad part about it is, his mama said his daddy was the same way.
Oh wow. So the mom went through the same thing that the daddy went through too. I mean, the mom went through the same thing too. by his daddy?
Yeah, she said the only difference between him and the daddy was his daddy would get drunk and then do it.
Oh no. That's
Mm-hmm.
dang. So it was something that was that was going down through the men. It's something that was going down through the men's.
Well, yeah, I guess so. Because he had two brothers and they had the same daddy. And the brothers didn't act like that. And the mama said his daddy had a twin, and him and the twin was identical, but they was like night and day when it came to personality.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
What? That's crazy, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow. Oh, that's fine. Well, so to me, it was that was something that went on in their family. That's just something they had going on in their family. To me, then that's what that seemed like.
Mm-hmm. And
maybe some good brain or something. Some they seen their daddy doing it, and they just used to seeing it, and it ain't no big old deal now.
you know, my boys ain't like that. Now my oldest son, he can get real ignorant. He ain't gonna put his hands on no woman unless she put her hands on him. And he tell him all that. I mean, he try to stop. Now my youngest son, it's his way. He just gonna let you know off top. Don't come around here with that mess. I ain't trying to hear that mess. And he going by the business. And he might argue a hot 5 minutes and then he through. The oldest one, he gonna argue with you. He gonna argue with you because he got to get his point across. He too much like his mama. But he ain't gonna put his hands on her unless she put her hands on him.
Right.
Because he saw a lot of it growing up.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah. You know what? And and I can understand that too. Then that's okay. Yeah, I can see that. I can see him being like that. Yeah, I can see that. I sure can. Most definitely can. Okay, TT. I can see that. I can see that. I sure can. He ain't gonna take it, because he done seen it happen. He done seen it. You know what I'm saying? You think he done seen it too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Very, very defensive. That ain't happening with him.
My oldest son, my youngest son.
Go ahead.
My youngest son, he didn't see it because I left him when he turned after he turned a year old. My youngest son, but my oldest son saw it. But my youngest son know all about it. He know all about it. I didn't hide nothing from him because when he got old enough to know, he wanted to know, why my mom and dad ain't together. We actually split up when he was about 3 years old. About 2, 3 years old. That's when we split up. So he knew that. Yeah, he wanted to know why his mom and daddy want, what happened. And when me and my ex-husband actually split up, it messed with my oldest son's head because he was used to daddy being there, and he a good daddy. I can't take that from him. He a perfect daddy when the kids was little. But after they got to be teenagers and stuff, he didn't do as much as he should have done. But if I needed his help in controlling them boys, it wasn't no question. I just went and got him and made the boys go with him. And it wasn't no question. So he was a good daddy, for doing the basics of what he needed to do. If I couldn't control him, he even told my husband now, if you feel like you can't whoop their ass, come and get me, I'll whoop their ass.
Oh no. I know that's right. He gonna step on in, take good care of it.
And he never did. He didn't get like my oldest son and my husband. They clashed a couple times, and my ex-husband never got in it. He said, "I'm gonna let him handle that."
Yeah,
that's between them two. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Yeah,
and he didn't get in the middle of it.
Okay. Hold on 1 second. Man, let me tell you, you just don't know about people. You don't know about who you being dated or who you're dating. You know what I'm talking about? You don't. You don't. You got to. I mean, you don't know who you dating nowadays. You don't know who you dating or what you dating or shoot, none of that. But I know they have a domestic violence network Network. And at Domestic Violence Network, you learn how to do they request you do some kind of training. You can join a book club. You can follow them on Facebook and Instagram. Instagram is called Domestic Violence Network. And they have advocates in your area that do network with you as well. And you can also request any kind of printed resources that can help you with domestic violence. And also you can also become a donor to support them as well with the work that they're doing in their community as well. So check out Domestic Violence Network. Once again, you can find them on you can Google them, and they have many resources there that can help you as well. You know, let's say, okay, fella, keep doing what you do, boo, and striving. Okay. Yeah, in the last paragraph. Okay, thank you, Liggins. But you know, like I said, you got to stay strong. You know, this is the reason why I do this for women, so that we can stay stronger and keep in touch with yourself. You know what I'm saying? So you won't lose yourself in the midst of domestic violence.
Hey, by the way, you mean the one to tell
And they'll cite saying, hey, you're bigger, you're stronger, you should be able to restrain that person, you shouldn't even be dealing with that, you are the strong one in the relationship. Which is messed up because these men don't want to hurt their partner. The men that are the victim of the abuse do not want to hurt their partner. They love their partner. They know if they wanted to physically restrain them, they could. If they have the strength, they have the ability to do so, but they do not want to hurt them. They're in the same mindset, in the same situation as a domestic abuse victim of a different gender. Just because they're physically stronger does not mean that they don't suffer from the same results of emotional and mental abuse and physical abuse by their partner. And let's not forget to mention that a lot of them know that they can restrain their partner, but they know if they do so physically, that they can be brought up on charges and that it could be something detrimental to them, their family, and their career. So now we have someone that's being emotionally, physically, and mentally abused by their partner, and there's nothing they can do about it. And I don't want y'all in the comments talking about, well, he could just leave, she could just leave. It's the same situation as if a woman was in the situation as well. Sometimes you can't just leave, especially when you love that individual, especially when you have children with that individual. It's just as hard for men to leave as it is for women. I'm just here to spread some more light on this topic. No one deserves to be abused. Abuse is not gender specific. We as society need to do better at supporting victims of domestic abuse. It does not matter what the gender is. And when we invalidate one for the other, we end up in the cyclical nature where nothing gets done and no one gets supported and the issue remains. All domestic abuse victims deserve support, understanding, and validation.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing he said. I was gonna say the same thing he said. A lot of men don't fight back because it's commonly known that the women is more women get abused than men. And if you try to fight back, get her hands off of you or whatever. Police, she might be one of them crazy ones. He hit me, and then there it go. When all the time she the one started it.
Yeah. Do you blame? Sometimes do you victim blaming? You know, what you think about victim blaming?
Mm-hmm.
You know, that victim blaming, boy, and that, you know, hey, that's crazy. And you have people that do victim blaming. You really do have people that do that. You'd be surprised. Well, you'd be surprised, and you wouldn't be surprised, but you'd be surprised when it involves within you. But yeah, you have people that do victim blaming, and I think the victim blaming, I think that's just it shouldn't be done. Hold on.
Yesterday, October 5th, 30-year-old Kira Hudson was shot to death in front of her children. A week ago, she posted this video on Facebook. It was a desperate plea for help. According to her family, Kira had been staying at her mom's house to get away from her abusive husband. Kira said that she begged the Buffalo police for help, but they refused to help her. She left her mom's house yesterday to drop her children off at school. She was planning to go and file for custody. But her mom said when she left, she wore a bulletproof vest and told her that she believed her husband was going to kill her. Shortly after she left, her sister said that her husband rammed Kira's car and then got out with a shotgun, shot her, and then pulled off. Her 3 children witnessed the whole thing. Police are now searching for Kira's husband, Adam Benfield, who was wanted for questioning by Buffalo PD. Now that more people are becoming aware of what happened to Kira yesterday and the abuse that she was suffering, people are questioning the actions of the Buffalo PD, and many believe that they failed Kira by allowing her abuser to be free. Kira left behind 3 children, and I haven't seen any information about a GoFundMe yet, but I'm sure this family will need the full support of the community. Domestic violence is real, and Black women are affected by it at an extremely high rate. My heart breaks for Kira's family, especially her children. I hope they get justice.
She already felt it. Already. She had a bulletproof vest on. Golly. She already felt it. She already knew it.
That's real sad.
She already knew it. She felt it already. Man. You know, she just didn't know when, but she felt it. And she did that. She went that far to protect herself.
So that means that she had on a bulletproof. If she had on a bulletproof vest, he shot her in the head.
Yeah.
Bulletproof vest covered the vital organs, and that means he shot her in the head.
Yeah. I think that's crazy.
That's sad. That's sad. And then in front of, and the kids probably were here in front of your kids. That means you didn't care nothing about the kids.
Didn't care not one thing about them babies.
That's what I can't understand. That's what I can't understand. It should be about the babies. And and my reason, part of my reasons was I didn't want my kids growing up looking at it. Outside the fact that I'm not finna live, I wasn't finna live my life like that. I wasn't finna do that. I just couldn't do that. I did it long enough. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I understand. Why? You know, you don't want to participate in that no more. At one point in time, you got to get tired of being. You got to get tired of being in that position. Get tired of going through that shit. You know what I'm saying?
So he still don't want to get out. So I had some leftover food from the restaurant. I was like, okay, you don't want to get out. If you don't get out, I'm going to dump all this fucking food on the ground. Like, seriously. I was not trying to waste his food, but he was pissing me off, y'all. Like, he was getting on my fucking nerves. So finally, he gets out, gets his food, gets to his car. I don't even see if he gets to his car. Good, whatever. I pull up. So then he starts blowing my phone the fuck up. Like, I had at least 50 fucking notifications from this man. I kid you not. He keeps texting me over and over and over. He keeps calling me over and over and over. So finally, I look at the phone, and the text says, I left my keys in your car. Luckily, I was only 5 away, so I drove back around. When I go to give this man his keys, I crack my window like this much, right? And this motherfucker grabs me through the fucking car, y'all, and tries to pull me out the car through the fucking window. So I'm like, oh my God, like this motherfucker has lost his mind. So instantly, I roll the window up with his hand in it, and I pull off. So I'm dragging his ass with the fucking car through the fucking window. Somehow or another, he got out. So I'm like speeding like a bat out of hell trying to get home. And this is when this motherfucker really lost his mind. I thought I was in a fucking Lifetime movie, y'all, real shit.
She thought she was in a Lifetime movie. What she said? It ain't funny, but how she said she thought she was in a Lifetime movie. And sometimes being in a position like that, it make you feel like you being some kind of movie. You just going like you so slow motion and shit. You know what I'm talking about? You really feel like that.
Yep. That's how I felt when I got kidnapped, because this dude was slick. He was on a bicycle and he hit the bicycle, and I had a friend of mine in the car. We had just got out work at McDonald's at night. We worked at night. And when he
Speak up when I hop about to cut I promise I gonna speak up when I hop.
My bad, Pat. My finger slipped. Go ahead. What you say, babe? My bad.
and he had hit the bicycle in the weeds, and when she got out the car, he jumped in.
What?
And he jumped in and had a box cutter to my throat and lied and told the police he didn't.
What?
Mm-hmm. It was just that quick. It was just like she said, like you felt like you was in the movie. And cause we saw him when we left work. He was on the bicycle, but we didn't go straight. We didn't go straight home. We went to the grocery store. Then we went home. I guess he thought we went home, but we didn't go straight home. And he went and hid by her house. And when she got out the car, he jumped in.
Ain't that some crap?
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna stalk you to death. Hold on, that was crazy. Let me see. I got it. Place right here.
Yeah. It's to my angel soldiers in the sky. I miss you. I miss you. Long live. I miss you. Silence. I miss you. What you know about them late night dreams? No one to help you when you all alone. While you're lonesome in the world, yeah, you all alone. Trying to survive in this big world. I swear these diamonds trying to get me and they trying to tackle me, cause the demon's right behind me. My mama trying to pray over a demon. It's kinda crazy, this mind of mine be floating everywhere. They told me stop it, I can't even write this shit no more. The shit I wrote, it ain't really felt. I gotta spit it like I did it when I was little. Look, Gavin looking over, told me get it real bigger. I went to therapy today, she told me that my mind is sane. I told her journal couldn't save me from my different ways. I'm all up in it, I'm in it, and then I'm mixing it. My mind to get the floating in there, I'm like really taking it. Can you help me? Can you help me? Nobody seemed to hear the tears that's felt when they felt me. What you know about cutting yourself?
All right, little girl jamming, you hear me? Yeah.
He be doing that thing.
Let's see here. Yeah, there he is, Lord. I know it's one I want to play. Hold on. Tell me what you think about this.
Imagine them letting the man that did this to me out of jail.
I think I like when it rains.
When they arrived, they found Monique Williams, but brutally beaten. Police said Williams' ex-husband, the man you just saw there, Michael Williams, ran from the scene and police arrested him a week later.
As I'm cranking my car, and out of nowhere, a 9mm chopper is digging in my head. And he pulls me out the car and continues to beat me. And I don't remember what hit it was, maybe the third or fourth hit, but I remember the crack.
I was in a coma for 16 days, in the hospital for 30 days.
I want to see your eyes. Hey, look at me.
They took it, it was taken it as we were sitting.
She didn't leave the hospital for several more weeks.
I had to learn how to walk again, talk again, read again, write it again, all of that.
Monique Williams says that she suffered domestic violence at the hands of her now ex-husband, Michael Williams, for years. She said she had some peace of mind knowing that her abuser was behind bars. But that all changed, Monique said, with a phone call from her victim's advocate on March 24th.
Imagine scrolling on Facebook and finding out he is out like this. Dancing.
The day that he got out, I was being taunted by people.
Williams said she was too scared for her safety to name anyone who's harassed her.
Me staying in the motel with my 3 kids literally and hiding on the run from my attempted murderer.
I have to go to trauma therapy every single Monday. It's a lot I have to do. Mental, emotional, spiritual, it's everything is coming at me. I don't deserve this. He's living at his mother's house. Now, mind you, his mother lives 2, maybe 3 minutes from me. Literally. So it was confirmed by my detective, right? Whatever will help get my attempted murderer back in jail, I'm willing to do. Like, let's do it.
She was put into a coma. Got out of jail in Chatham County because he was not indicted in time.
Under Georgia law, a person sitting in jail has to get indicted within 90 days of being arrested or else they get bail. Michael Williams was not indicted before that clock ran out.
The Office of the District Attorney advocates for its victims, and once bond is granted by a judge, the office strongly encourages victims to report to law enforcement any contact the defendant makes thereafter.
What makes the situation even worse, she said, is that she feels like the people that were supposed to advocate for her let her down.
I don't know why, but I'm flabbergasted by the Nick Roddy. I think I really started to feel like TikTok was a space full of educated people, but they didn't let the Instagram people over here now. Y'all to let paint babies and shit. The project children over here on TikTok. Can we get them passports and send their asses back to IG? So y'all said, fuck it, we just going in 2023, just throwing a black woman underneath the bus, honey. Fuck protecting her, honey. Leave her ass out there with the wolves, honey. She'll learn how to fight. Survival of the fittest. Honey, baby, if you...
So they let him out after 90 days because they took their damn... That was their fault. They took their time. So how they gonna punish her because they took their time by... doing an investigation, doing court within the 90 days, and they let the man out. So they didn't do nothing and let the man out so he can torment her. What the heck? I mean, what the? And that's in Georgia. Those old Georgia laws down there like that right there, they screwed up.
You know they say the black woman is the most unprotected woman in America.
Damn. And that was a earlier, but I mean, good Lord, oh shit! And she had to
let me tell you this. Now, my ex-husband went to jail for kidnapping me and family violence.
Mm.
When he got out, he did 3 years in the pen. When he got back to Texarkana, asked me the first stop he made.
To your house, to see you.
To my house. To my house. To my house. Came right to my house, skin and grinning like it wasn't nothing.
And what you said? What you do? Just looking like he was crazy? I mean, like, what the hell you smiling for? I mean, what was funny? I mean, you know what I'm saying? What was so not so? You know, it was so. I mean.
He figured. See, my youngest daughter was born on his birthday, but she ain't none of his. And she was born on his birthday. And he figured since I had another baby, he was upset that I had another baby, but he was happy that the baby was born on his birthday. And so his excuse was he was coming to see the baby at 12 o'clock at night.
No. Yeah.
His mama called my house looking for him. Because everybody knew that's where he was going. He came straight to my house like it wasn't nothing. And like I said, I know how to keep him calm. I let him in. It wasn't no big deal.
Yeah. But you were ready for anything to pop off though, weren't you?
Everything to pop off, and he know it. See, that's what I said.
Stay ready. Hold on.
Listen, I used to think that as a parent.
Sorry. What you say, pal?
That's what I was saying about, he was a good daddy because my oldest daughter ain't none of his and my youngest daughter ain't none of his. The boys is in the middle, they belong to him. But he done helped me take her out for him.
Yeah. No matter
anything I needed especially when they babies. When they, little bitty babies, anything I need. If I asked him, he was gonna come through with it.
Yeah. Yeah. But at least he was still. But at least he understood what the program was later on down the line. So he just realized you just didn't want to be with him no more.
Yeah, I went through that court with him when he was going to jail and stuff because I had to go and testify. But I didn't really have to I really didn't have to testify. I had to go do an affidavit. and they told me
Did
I
you
didn't
go
have to
through
come
it?
to court. Yeah, I did the affidavit. I told them what happened. I told them, I said, I'm gonna tell y'all what happened. All I had to do was tell them what happened, and they took it from there because he was already on probation for family violence.
Oh damn. For
For
real?
me, yes,
Oh,
he had him me up at Price Low one day, and so happened it was an off duty police there, and he saw everything that went on, and he had a butcher
yeah,
knife with him, and off duty police he tried to get away, and the off duty police stopped him, tracked him in his car, and he threw the knife down, and off duty police got him. So he was already on probation when he kidnapped me for family violence. So all
yeah,
I had to basically do, his thing was basically just a revocation hearing. They was revoking his probation, and I just had
yeah.
to do an affidavit telling what he did when he kidnapped me.
So you had two things going on with him, golly. Well, he knew that.
hmm
He should just let you know from the first time you would have found churches on his behind.
They narcissists. They don't. It's everybody else's fault but theirs.
Yeah, that's true. You're right. It's most different. It is. It
It was
is
my
theirs.
it was my fault for leaving him. He didn't think I would ever leave him. Well, nigga, you been whipping my ass the whole time. We was married for 6 years. You been whipping my ass the whole time. What you thought? I was just gonna be stupid enough to stay there?
The whole
No,
6 years, Jay?
I had left him twice before. Just didn't get no divorce. The last time I left, I got a divorce.
Yeah.
And I told him, a lot of women in domestic violence, they have to move in silence. But I wasn't gonna move in silence because I had made up my mind. And I told him, when I get me a job, I'm leaving you and I'm getting a divorce. You ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere. I said, okay, okay, watch me. I
Yeah.
got a job.
Yeah.
3 months later, I left. 2 months
Yeah.
after that, I filed for divorce. Sure
So,
did.
so they changed about you weren't going nowhere, huh?
hmm And he didn't believe it. He didn't believe it.
Yeah. 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 If y'all got a friend, someone who's in need of some kind of help, there's a 1-800 number to get them and for a support line. They're open 24 hours, 7 days a week. That's 1-800-799-7233 and help them get some help. You know what I'm saying? Help them get to some kind of safe haven. Most definitely. Because Pep said right here, she done been through it. She done been through a lot. And she know all about it. See, but I've been through it maybe like one time. That was it. That was all it was gonna be. And also there is domesticshelters.org, and what they also do is find you a shelter or some kind of program also that's near you in your area as well. So they're also out there to help you as well. So you can also Google them as well for any kind of any assistance that you may need as well. And they have the domestic violence and homelessness. When you be in domestic violence, sometimes you also become homeless, nowhere to stay, nowhere to go, because some people just leave on an impulse. I'm leaving and don't have nothing in plan. So that's why I always say, get your plan instead of just jumping up leaving. Have your plan so you won't be outside homeless. Nowhere to go out on the street, and then you can end up coming to the death of the life of being out there on the streets. You see what I'm saying? I mean, that's the only thing I could think of. You know what I'm talking about? Also, domestic violence come along sometimes. It do endure firearm violence, and which domestic violence and firearm violence are deeply interconnected, impacting millions of women and families and communities across the U.S. And also, firearms are more likely to turn into abusive fatal. So sometimes they do be occurring that you do have firearm interacting with the domestic violence, and when it get to where there's firearm in play, man, say that's when it's really done got out of hand. That at that point in time, he went psycho. He done went crazy, or she done lost her mind. Shit.
And I want to piggyback off of what you said. Make some friends that they don't know nothing about. Cause tell somebody. Make some friends. If it's just that one friend they don't know nothing about. That they don't know where they live, they don't know the phone number, they don't know nothing about them. Cause you need to tell somebody. So if something go down, somebody gonna know. My thing was, I didn't, my family, I got the good and the bad. Some talked about me, some ridiculed me, some was on my side, but I let them know what was going on. And so happened, my brothers was down for the fight.
Mm.
My brothers was down for the fight. One of my brothers had a fight with him. They was down for the fight. You gonna keep your hands off my sister. So tell somebody, I was ashamed, but I didn't hide it. A lot of times I couldn't hide it because when I got a couple of black eyes, as light as I am, I couldn't hide it.
Damn, you sure could.
Well,
You
I
know,
didn't.
you light bright.
Yeah, and I didn't, I was ashamed. Don't get me wrong. I wasn't walking around like I was proud of it. I was ashamed, but I didn't lie about what happened. I told him what happened. Me and
Yeah,
that fool had a fight.
yeah, yeah. Dang, that's crazy. You got to fight. And then when you start feeling the thing, you got to fight the one you love and everything. I mean, that really hurts you in the end. You have to fight the person that you really love or you've been in love with, and things like this got to go on between y'all. I mean, that's crazy. Hold on.
What evidence can you use to prove that you've been a victim of domestic violence? It actually spells this out in the statute. Hi, Billy Tarasio, Arizona family law attorney, owner of Modern Law. And the statute on point here is ARS 25403.03. And it says to determine if a person has committed an act of domestic violence subject to the rules of evidence, the court shall consider findings from another court of competent jurisdiction. That's your order of protection court. Police reports, medical reports, reports from the Department of Safety, Child Safety, domestic violence, shelter records, school records, and witness testimony. So your testimony, witnesses, prior written statements, what you told to other people at the time, all of that will be included in what you need to do to prove that you were a victim of domestic violence.
Domestic violence, you got to prove sometimes. You got to also prove it too. That's another thing. You got to prove it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. A lot.
They call it victim.
One of the major factors in ours was he was 6 years older than me.
Yeah.
And when we got married, I was 17. He was 23.
Oh, okay.
And he, a lot of times, he did act like he was my dad, and that would cause a problem. That would cause a problem because you're not my daddy, and that was one thing I stood flat foot about. You not my daddy.
Right.
And yeah, that would trigger him. But you're not my daddy. I'm sorry. You're not my daddy, and you don't have a right to put your hands on me. So whether or not although you gonna come out on top, I'm not gonna just stand here and let you do it.
Right.
And after it was all and done with, he flat out told me to my face, he said, "You the littlest one I done been with, because I'm so little. But you the only one that stood up to me and fought back. The rest of them took it. I wasn't finna take it. You ain't my daddy."
Huh. You haven't been raised already. What the hell he mean, huh?
Mm-hmm. And then on top of that, before we got married, he jumped on his baby mama because she called me a bitch. And I broke the fight up because I don't care what she called me. You ain't got no business putting your hands on her. And I went in there and got in the middle of it. And could have got the worst end of it.
Right,
but I went in there and got the middle of it. Because you ain't got no business putting your hands on no woman. I don't care if you got a baby by or not. I don't care if she called me a bitch or what. You ain't got no business putting your hands on it. And I got in the middle of it.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. As you should.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I sure did.
Hold on a minute. Let's play this.
Listen, I used to think that as a parent, one of the worst things you could do is argue and fight in front of your children, because children remember that. And if they grow up only seeing that, they'll think it's normal. And it's not. This 28-year-old man shot and killed his children's mother in front of them.
According to the reports, the argument started at nighttime and went into the next morning, which at that point it turned physical. After taking the fight outside away from the children, the 28-year-old man took out his handgun and shot the mother of his kids in her chest and continued to shoot her as she tried to run away. Police said the shooting happened in front of their 4-year-old and 1-year-old child. One of the police officers said the 1-year-old told us, "Daddy did it to mommy, and mommy is dead." Ring camera video shows the man running away from the scene with his son chasing after him, yelling, "Daddy, daddy, daddy."
Damn, that's deep, wasn't it, girl? That was deep, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. That's messed up.
Dang. Right in front of the run down.
I can't understand that. I can't understand. I mean, that's why I said that was one of the biggest factors of me leaving. Outside the fact I got tired of it, I didn't want my kids grow up looking at that.
Yeah. Of course not. And these are 4-year-old and 1-year-old. The 4-year-old had enough sense to tell who did it. Well, Dad couldn't get away free. Shit. Let's watch part 2. Hold on, got another part 2. Hold on.
Listen to me. I don't need to know what they was arguing about to say that all this wasn't worth it. Mommy is dead and daddy is going to prison for the rest of his life. There's no winners in stories like this. If you and the mother of your kids are not getting along, separate. You're not doing your children a favor by staying together. Living together, being unhappy doesn't do the children any justice. You don't think your children notice that mommy and daddy are not happy? They don't see y'all talk. They don't see y'all sit on the sofa and watch movies together. They don't see y'all take them out together as a family, go to restaurants, take them to the zoo. Those kids don't see that. You're not doing them any favors by staying together. We got to stop normalizing toxic relationships. Toxic relationships don't end with a fairy tale wedding. It ends with somebody dying and somebody going to jail.
Somebody definitely going to jail. Somebody gonna go to jail from right there at that point. Yeah, they're going to jail.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy when the kids get involved, you know. And then you get to have somebody take the baby somewhere, CPS somewhere where you go to ask your baby all kind of questions and stuff because they see he's smart enough to talk and tell what's going on. So they figure what he can tell some most stuff. He can see what he can tell us that we might not know. You know what I'm talking about?
This what really get me is most of the time it be the man do it, and they manipulate the kids. They manipulate the kids and then well, mommy made daddy mad.
Yeah.
Or mama burnt the food and daddy got mad. The daddy usually manipulate the kids, and that's totally wrong.
Yeah.
Especially when you put the kids in the middle of it. If the kids should have been in the middle of it, it wouldn't have been no fight.
Yeah.
If you had the kids' best interest at heart, it wouldn't have been no fight. You would have took that on. Y'all would have learned how to learn how to argue right. Because it's a way to argue without it getting all out of control.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Let's check this. Let's see that. Let's check this out.
You tell me that. I asked you a question.
Are you fucking serious?
That poor dog. That dog's not gonna have anywhere to live because of you, Carly. Unless you, oh my lord, unless you get to explaining right fucking now why you don't deserve to be put out on the fucking street, then that's what's gonna happen to you.
And I will personally beat you the fuck up.
I didn't think that you would like pull some shit and like file a separate case or like call the police. I'd show you what a man can do. I would treat you just exactly how I wanted to treat you. And I bet you'd like it. But you probably wouldn't give me the satisfaction of knowing that.
Fucking talk to me. I need to handle it better. So what you're telling me is that you're just not gonna change and you're just gonna stay a fucking clueless child.
Dang. Yeah. It's a lot going on. I'm telling you, in the household, people don't be knowing nothing about. Dang, Lee. Let this man, it wasn't good, but shoot. But I had to come out and make some awareness today, girl, about what's going on. So on domestic violence, what you been? I mean, what's been going on new out there in the world? I know I ain't been really watching too much news out here, so you know.
The hot topic now is this heating up at the border.
I seen that. Ain't that something?
It's heating up at the border. Yeah. They got all them truck drivers that went down there. And you know, it's 25 states outside of Texas that's back in Texas. And some of those governors say they gonna send. Yeah, they say some of the governors say they gonna send their National Guard. But creepy Joe Biden, he trying to nationalize the National Guard. You can't do that because those National Guard is specifically for each state. That's why each state has a National Guard.
Yeah.
Now you can call the National Guard out to help.
Yeah.
The help. But you got two of the largest states, with the largest three, Alaska, Texas, California, largest three states, then Florida. Okay, well you got Alaska and Florida back in Texas. They already talking about you ain't got no military. The Navy talking about lowering their standards. All you gotta have is a high school diploma to get in the Navy now. You ain't gotta have no high school diploma.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you ain't gotta have no high school diploma to get in the Navy now. Cause they ain't got nobody. They recruiting numbers are down. Y'all recruiting numbers are down cause these youngsters is so much information running around here. They know y'all been going around the world wreaking havoc, and they don't want to get in the midst of it. It was a drone strike in Yemen the other day, killed 3 American soldiers. All 3 of them was black.
Damn, that's crazy. Ain't this something?
So y'all better get together, cause it's heating up at the border.
Dang, that's crazy. You know what? They better get it in order. They sure better. They definitely better do that. Cause if not, we already in. I heard Trump was talking some shit. You know what I'm saying? But hold on.
I want to tell y'all what happened. I met a fine lady, started dating her. Finally made up in my mind that I was going to take her to meet my mother, my father, and my deaf brother. When she walked in the house, she had on some blue jeans and some red bottom shoes. Introduced her to my mother. Mama hugged her neck. introduced her to my father. He grabbed her by the head. But I never will forget when I walked in the living room. My deaf brother was there. I think he was watching a little football on the television. I tapped him on his shoulder. And he looked around, seen that woman. And he stood up. I thought that he was gonna give her a hug, y'all. Maybe greet her with a kiss. But my brother, oh, my dear brother, y'all. He stood up with a peculiar look in his eye, and I heard my brother say, she fine. You know, my brother, he was born deaf, never talked a day in his life, but that day he looked at that woman, he said, oh, she fine. And my daddy, he looked around, he said, Lord, we done witnessed a miracle. And that girl, she was standing there with them blue jeans on and them big old eyes. And my brother, he looked her dead in his eye, And all I could hear my brother say, she fine. And my daddy, he couldn't believe his eyes. And my mother looked around and said, Lord, I never heard my son speak like this. And I know that my brother was born deaf, y'all. I knew it had to be a miracle, y'all. All I could hear him say was, she fine. He kept on saying it. She fine. You know that woman, she made a deaf man talk. And I don't have no doubt in my mind that she can make a crippled man walk. All I can hear from my brother, no. All I can hear from my brother, y'all, saying to my daddy, she fine. She can make a deaf man talk. She can make a blind man see. All I know is that there's a woman. She is so fine to me. She can make a deaf man talk. She can make a blind man see. All I know is that there's a woman. She is so fine to me. She can make a deaf man talk. She can make a blind man see. All I know is that there's a woman. She is so fine to me.
So they make a deaf man say she fine. Hey, Monell, how you doing, baby? Make a deaf man's talk, got I mean. But yeah, I heard what did Trump say, Pap? He said he gonna become president. He gonna get rid of the world. He gonna end the world war. He said, what did he say? Did you see that? Ouch. Stop. Pap. Oh, she on mute. Maybe she muted herself. Anyway, yeah. Trump was saying something about being president.
About the what?
Trump was saying somebody gonna be president. He gonna end the war. It ain't gonna be no war if he become president.
No, cause Biden got his hands in a whole bunch of mess that he ain't got no business in. When America go around the world, go around the world, it's something in it for them. It's some kind of resources they want.
Yeah.
It's some kind of resources they want. And that's why
Yeah.
they got the hands. And my understanding over there on that Gaza Strip, they say it's full of oil.
What?
Yep. They say it's full of oil.
Oh.
That's why they
And
over there
that's
fighting. And I seen a video of this woman, this Hispanic lady. She said she worked for the government, but she wouldn't say what agency. She said she didn't want to get in trouble, but she was telling what she know about the migrants. And she said they rude. They be calling to the office, cussing them out, asking them where they money at, where they checks at. She said they get $9,000 a month. They getting food stamps. Yes. They getting they getting $9,000 a month. Some of them getting places to live up to 2 years. They give them a place to live up to 2 years. And she said they come over here like they entitled to everything that's being offered to them, calling down. She said she is a certified interpreter. So she know what they be. She said they be calling down there where my damn money and what's taking y'all so damn long to send my money, cussing the people out and everything. Okay, you ain't paid no taxes over here. You ain't really entitled to nothing because you're illegal. You ain't supposed to be here. You're not over here legally.
Right. Right. Dang, what?
Mm-hmm.
I can see them doing. I can see them doing that. I can really see them in my eyes doing that. I can see that. I can see that happening.
Yeah, and I told you about the video of the one up there in Chicago told the black woman she no money for you, you lazy.
Yeah. And they got that in their head that we lazy. The black people are lazy. You know, that's crazy as hell.
It's in their head because that's what they tell them. They go around the world, that's what they tell them. That's what they tell them. You done got a lot of Africans done come over here and they said in order for them to get over here, they told don't fool with them black people in America. Don't fool with black America.
Yes, they talk about us.
They tell them not to fool with us.
And that's why they act like they better than us. You know, I'm talking about some of them people.
Mm-hmm.
They do. You sure right.
Yep.
And that's why some of the African men talk to the American women the way they do as well. Because the way they've been told about the American women, the American people, period.
Yep. That's exactly what it is.
Isn't that something? Oh well. I hate they feel like that about the Black American community and Black American people. You know what I'm talking about? Because they in our eyes they ain't nothing to us. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? You know, just like they feel about us, same way they feel about us. You know, we ain't nothing to them.
Yeah. But in reality, it ain't their fault because they told that. They told we ain't nothing but thugs and thieves and all this kind of stuff. But you ain't telling them who built this mug. Who do most of the work around here?
Yeah. They sure wouldn't say us. That's for sure. You can believe that. They'll say them. Shit.
And just like I get mad. I get mad. One thing, because I'm in the landscaping business. And my grandpa did it. My uncle did it. You know, so they talking, all the Mexican, all the Hispanics got the landscaping job. That's because the black people not gonna work for nothing. Black people, we're not working for nothing no more. And they'll work for a little bit of nothing, and y'all work them like dogs. You're not gonna do. It's in our DNA not to do that no more. We not going down that road no more. So therefore, they have to make it like. And you know, I talk to a lot of people. I know of 1 or 2 black men. You know, one in Texarkana and around here and there. They do cut grass. They do landscaping and stuff. And how people be like they expecting the Mexicans and stuff to come out. We don't have no problem being outside in that sun. We like sun. And it's probably a lot of black people that will cut grass. It's a dude stay right around the corner from me. And I've been trying to collaborate with him, for us to cut some grass and stuff. It's a lot of
Yeah,
black people to do
yeah,
it. It ain't only the Hispanics to do it. It's just you gonna pay the black man to do it, and the black
right.
woman. You gonna pay me to do what I'm gonna do.
And they don't want, and that's
'Cause
the
I
problem. They
don't
don't.
only cut the. Yeah, I don't. I'm not one. I just don't. And I can tell with me, from where I'm going, I'm not just gonna cut your yard. I'm gonna manicure your yard.
Let's go.
When I cut it, it's gonna look right. If it don't look right, that's me. If the grass is too high, if it's too wet, and you insist on getting it cut, because I try to talk them out of all that when it's too wet, it'll mess it up, it'll mess my moles up and everything. But some of them be insisting on it getting done. So then, of course, you're gonna get a shitty job. But
Right,
sun
right,
shining, the yard dry, everything like it need to be. I'm gonna take my time. It ain't gonna be chipped up and chopped up. I'm gonna edge it. I'm gonna do the whole 9 yards. You might not ask me to clean out the flower bed, but if I feel like right there at the edge where I done cut and your flower bed got weeds and stuff in it making my cut look bad, I'm gonna pull them weeds up out that flower bed.
right, right, right. Anything would make it look nice when you
Yeah.
do it. Yeah.
And I can tell when I go behind the Hispanics, they do a half-ass job.
Yeah, yeah.
They really do. And then we
They
pull
be,
up.
but they believe they out there is being being quick, working fast, fast working,
Yeah,
fast working. But
yeah,
they miss it. They fast working though, right?
yeah. They try to do it real fast so they can get a whole bunch of them done in one
Yeah,
time in a
that's
day.
why I asked. That's why I asked you, do it mission motors, why do they, because some Mexican companies, now not some, a lot of them, like it being rained in the next day or the same day, they be out there cutting the grass. I'm like, that's why I asked you, can you cut grass? Is it good to cut grass when it's wet? Because when we was young, they said you couldn't cut no grass when it was wet like that.
No, it does the blaze, and if the ground too soft, the mowers will rut the ground up, tear the ground up. It
Will it
does blaze,
also,
and
will it
that was
rush
the
it, will
first
it make
thing.
your blades, will it make your blades rusty too?
Yeah, and it dull them. It don't really make them just rusty. It make them dull
Yeah,
quicker. And
yeah,
then some people sharpen theirs. I know how to sharpen mine. My papa taught me how. My papa taught me that you can sharpen them to make them last a little bit longer. But a lot of people, they just go by some more. And then when I worked at the park, I learned how to sharpen them. So I know how to sharpen mine. But it
yeah,
makes the dub, and they kill your time, and then they be rushing. I done seen something when I first moved over here before I got mine. I seen some of them out there, they just be rushing, just running across the yard, and once they get it cut, they gone. You half-ass weedy, or you done chop the grass, look choppy, and then they'll go through there with them dub blades and chop the grass up, and you can tell when the blade does, cause the yard don't look right when you get through. It look like it's
yeah,
been cut, but it don't
yeah,
look, like. What I'm trying to
but
say. You can tell when somebody cut a yard and hat,
yeah,
cause they be rushing, and ain't no sense in rushing. That was one thing. I'm gonna take my time anyway, and I ain't gonna put too much on me that I feel like I can't do in that one day. Cause I'm a, a lot of my customers I done had them. I had them all summer, and after I do their yard 1 or 2 times, I know how long it's gonna take me.
right, right,
And
right.
a lot of times, the way I cut and the way we cut grass and the way I weed eat, I might not have to weed eat when I go back for about a month.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. That's who you got the one. That's who it is. So, okay. So that's good. So I'm glad you still able to do some work and stuff.
Yeah, I got something to do. I got
Hmm.
flower bed to do Wednesday. That's that's a first. I ain't did but one job all this month. But if it stay warm, I'm gonna go do my flower bed Wednesday.
Who? Me? Hold on a minute. Okay, Gary. He found me, Gary. He found me. But yeah, I don't know. Say, I think a lot of people now, Papa, saying they trying to get Trump out the running. It's not just one city and state. It's a whole lot of states trying to get him about it. And I hate that they trying to push that man out the running, out the running. I mean, they wrong for that. I feel that they shouldn't be doing it to him. I feel it should be
That
let him run.
it don't matter.
Wrong.
It don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter because they're going to vote for him anyway.
Yeah.
Because, see, a lot of people, the American people don't like what's going on. And the immigrants is the biggest problem.
It is right now. Yes, that's the number one talk right now. That the immigrants.
At first, it was you sending all the money to Ukraine and over there in the Middle East. Now you letting all these immigrants over here and giving them all the money. So that's that ain't sitting right. Them two things right there ain't sitting right with a whole bunch of American people. Not only melanated people, unmelanated people.
Right. But I don't mean to sound mean, but I'm glad that Abbott holding his foot down on the ground at that border. That man coming out swinging in that hot wheelchair with them damn flashlights on it, girl. You hear me, girl?
Yeah, I gotta agree with him too. I got to agree with him because Texas, we've been dealing with it for a long time. We've been dealing it because this was part of Mexico at one time. So we've been dealing with it for a long time, but it wasn't just like the border wide open and they just walking in. I seen a video, they came in on a speedboat in California and come flying in up on the bank with the speedboat, jumped out the speedboat and went to running.
Who did that?
The immigrants.
Shut your mouth. What?
Yeah.
They pulling up like that?
Yes. I got to go along with him too. I mean, I'm just sorry. I got to go along with him too because it don't make no sense. It really don't make no sense. That means, what country do you know got open borders like that? Any other country you go around this world, you gotta have a passport to get in if you ain't from there.
It ain't nobody. We the only one being free hearted. It's just us. It ain't nobody. We the only dumbest that's doing it.
Yeah, but you going around. But you got the United States going around up the world talking about ain't no democracy, ain't no democracy here. Ain't no democracy here. Y'all not doing what the people want because the people don't want all them illegal aliens coming over here. They don't know where them people come from.
They see people complaining about it.
Yeah. And now, if the people were really seeking asylum,
they brought so many drugs over here to the U.S. Them smugglers had them immigrants brought so much drugs and they killers and oh my God.
Yeah. Now, if they are seeking this my thing right here. How is all these people seeking asylum? What's going on in their country? Why y'all ain't got that on the news saying what's going on in their country that's making them leave to seek asylum? Why you ain't telling that? What's going on over there? Y'all tell everything else? What's going on over there? And they did. And it was not on the mainstream media that Biden went to Venezuela and made a deal with the president of Venezuela to send 40,000 of them over here that didn't come across the border. They came on the airplane.
Right. Dang. And who money they spending? They spending our money.
That's right.
That's who money they spending. Our money.
You see the videos of the people, the black people on the trains in Chicago, the black homeless people sleeping on the train because they ain't got nowhere to go. But y'all giving these people,
No.
y'all giving them money, motel room, paying the black people. They showed the video where they thought the migrants was breaking in the building, but the very next day, the news showed up with the man who owned the building, and he said he letting them up in there because he couldn't stand to see the little immigrant child with no coat on. But what about the American child with no coat on? You wasn't worried about that then because that building was boarded up. If you worried about a child with no coat on, why you didn't board that building then? And that building is sitting right there, right smack in the middle of a black neighborhood, and they say that building been boarded up about 5 or 6 years. Now all of a sudden you opening it up for them. Cause they paying you to do it.
Right.
And then
That's his way to get some money. That was his way to get some money. Trying to show a little charity.
And then this actually what made me start paying attention to what was going on with the border. When I kept seeing all these videos of the border agents, the border patrol making these videos talk about how they was overwhelmed. They was overwhelmed. Too many coming in at one time. They need to do something. Put the wall. You know, the border patrol was moaning and groaning 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Okay, now you got the Biden administration. The reason why they sued Ku Klux Klan on wheels because he put up that razor wire, and they sued for him to make it say it's illegal because he won't let the border patrol do their job. The border patrol was the one crying about too many of them coming over here.
Yep, that sure was. They don't want them here at all.
So y'all lying. Y'all just got up in that press conference and told an honest lie. Cause I'm looking at the border patrol. They screaming and hollering. They weren't asking for the help they were asking for is shut these borders off.
Right. But instead of shutting them off, they just open them up. They open them up wide instead of shutting them whole damn. They just went full fledged. We can just wide string on up. It ain't on matter.
Yeah.
We got control of it, but the boys, oh man, it's crazy. I mean, I don't understand it. I really don't understand it.
In my opinion, if they don't do something about it between now and November of this year, people gonna vote for Trump just for that reason. So they're gonna have to do something drastic. And that means closing borders.
They gonna do what you say?
I said if they don't do something about that border between now and November, election time, people gonna vote for Trump just for that reason.
They gonna vote for Trump anyway because ain't nobody running against him. That's gonna be better than what he already doing already. I mean, what he done did already, what he say he gonna do. Because these last couple of years with old Alzheimer's up there in president, we done just turned the whole thing. We done just overcome just a little bit over the rough. We done went back down 20% more than what we was from the beginning. Because
what's the next?
His business.
And word on the street is, I don't know how true it is, but they say there's been some rumblings that Biden might drop out and Michelle Obama gonna run. That ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. Y'all tried that with Hillary, and she didn't win. Y'all tried that with Hillary. Y'all knowing that the melanated community ain't riding with the Democrats no more. So what y'all do? Y'all go pull out a black woman. That ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. Cause black folks still mad at Obama for not doing nothing but all these black folks get shot dead in the street.
Well, I don't think she want to run no damn way. I don't think she want to run, make her hair gray. I don't think she want to run. I don't think she want to run. What the hell no? She seen everything her husband went through, and she seen how hard it was hard for him to even get anything passed with the House of Representatives. So now, I'm sure she don't want to do
Cause it. It wasn't hard for him to get nothing passed with the House of Representatives. The first 4 years Obama was in office, he had the House and the Senate. The first
But he
4 years, the first 4 years, 2008 to 2012, it was a Democratic House and a Democratic Senate. He wasn't trying to get nothing done, cause them puppet, he ain't nothing but a puppet, and the puppet masters wasn't gonna let him do nothing. The only
he
thing
damn
that
sure
he
didn't
did,
do nothing.
the only thing he did that they wanted done, their agenda that they pushing now, LGBT.
Yeah, yeah. They did that. Oh, they definitely did that. And you didn't see people, you didn't see us complaining about that. But you still didn't do nothing for us though. Period. You still just left us out.
That's right, you left us out. And they came with the same mess they had been coming with all the time. And Trump got up there and showed them all up. And black people just blindly went on and voted for Joe Biden again. Yeah, you gotta wait. He can't do nothing his first term. Wait till you let him get back in office the second term. Then he can do something. He can't do nothing first term. You had the House and the Senate. You had the House of Representatives and you had the Senate, and you didn't do nothing. Trump got up there and he had a Democratic House, and he got up in there, he went to writing executive orders. So that proved that Obama could have wrote executive orders when he got up there his first term. That's how they pulled the wool over our eyes, the black people's eyes.
Trump wasn't even there, 24 hours. You hear me? Shit.
He sure what? Right quick. So if Trump did it, why Obama couldn't do it? And
I don't think it did a good thing for her to run for president. What you think? I don't think it would be a good
I
idea.
don't think it'll be a good thing either because she don't have the pulse of the people like they think she do. They using that. They use Kamala for that black girl magic. That was their thing to get all the black women because the black women vote more than black men. But 95% of black people vote for Democratic no matter what. So that's how they play, and that's how they got in there. Black women by putting Kamala Harris up there. And when the black women being stupid because she flat out said she wasn't gonna do nothing for black folks. You think I'm gonna sit here and say I'm gonna do something only for black people? No. That's exactly what she said. And then now you want to go back. I told y'all they ain't got no new plays. They keep doing the same playbook. The same playbook. Bill was president. Hillary ran. She didn't win. Obama was president. So now y'all gonna try to pull out some more black girl magic and get Michelle because she a black woman. Well, no, because black folks, if Michelle ain't talking about signing no reparations when she get in that office in her first 24 hours, she might as well sit down too. Because black folks don't rock with them like that.
Yeah.
The grassroots don't rock with them like that. These people out here struggling every day don't rock with them like that.
Yeah. You right. You sure right. Oh man, you right. You definitely right.
A lot of black people was mad. A lot of black people was mad. And a lot of reasons, the one reason why, because they kept using their same scare tactics. They kept using the same, I tell you, they ain't got no new plays. I'm telling you, they ain't got no new plays. You need to get Trump out of there. He racist. You need to get Trump out of there. It's going to be worse. Joe Biden, if you don't know whether to vote for me or Trump, then you ain't black. I don't understand how black people went and voted for him after he said that. Number one, he did a 94 crime bill, locked all our brothers, sisters, cousins, uncles, all of them up. Every nigga from 1994 all the way to 2000. If you went to jail for anything, that you got a felony.
Yeah.
Anything they gonna put a felony on.
Yeah.
And then y'all run out there, right back out there and voted for Creepy Joe. What the hell? Black folks better wake up, but a whole bunch of them done woke up. It's a whole bunch of them. We gon' it's a few that ain't gonna never wake up. I don't care, but they better wake up. And the older crowd, I'm gonna say 60 and up. I ain't gonna say 50 and up. I'm gonna say 60 and up, cause you got a lot of 50-year-olds, a lot of 50 to 60-year-olds ain't giving a damn about Joe Biden.
Yeah, yeah.
And y'all biggest voting block is the 18 to 35-year-olds.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
these young black folks, 9 times out of 10, the one that do vote is probably them in college that they, but the rest of them, it's a whole bunch of them walking around here can't get no jobs and shit. Trying to figure out why they can't get no jobs and shit. Y'all not paying attention. They paying attention. They just don't want to admit it. They're not going to the military. That used to be the other resort. If I can't get no job, I don't want to go to college. I'm gonna go to the military. That's not what they're doing.
Right.
That's not what they're doing.
Now they ain't doing it. They ain't doing it no more. They ain't going to the military like that no more. You show definitely you are right.
Yeah.
They ain't doing it no more. Or they ain't going to a job for and all this. So they ain't doing none of no reserve. They ain't doing none of that no more.
None of that. And that's the biggest voting block, the black youth. The black youth is the 18 to 35. That's y'all biggest voting block right there. Y'all not trying to reach them, and they sitting up looking at y'all letting all these folks come across that border, and they struggling to get a job.
Yep.
They looking at y'all. They sitting up here looking at y'all, letting all these people come across the border, and they struggling to pay rent. A lot of them got to move back in with mama and mama and daddy because they can't afford the rent with the little job they got. No. I seen the video. Joe Biden went to he went to 2 black churches. He went to another black church in South Carolina. The speech that he used, people need to open their eyes and pay attention. The speech that he used, it was bits and pieces taken out of Martin Luther King "I Have a Dream" speech. Cause I sit there and listen to it.
What?
And in that church, might have been a couple of 50, 55 in there. Wasn't nobody hardly in there. And most of them was old folks. Cause that's who go to church now. Young folks ain't going to church.
Nope, they
And
sure ain't.
You ain't got enough old black people to put you across the line.
Yep.
You need them 18 to 35-year-olds and them 40 to 55 that might think about voting.
Yeah.
They might think about voting. And you not reaching them. And you letting all these people come over here. You letting them talk crazy to the black people. You letting them ruin the black people neighborhood. You taking stuff away from the black people in their own neighborhood that they done built up. They done worked hard and built up for their kids and all kind of stuff. And you just taking it away from them and giving it to the illegals.
Yeah.
And this is a new day. People not laying down and rolling over no more.
No, people waking up. They seeing what's going on. They ain't happy about it. But we gonna see when it's time to vote, goddamn. Because look here, I ain't voting, but I definitely am gonna be looking. I ain't gonna waste my time going down there.
And this the one thing. They ain't paying attention to. They need to be paying attention to all them people going down yonder to that border. Cause them the ones that's gonna be voting for Trump. Them the ones gonna be voting for Trump.
What you mean them be the ones who vote for Trump? You mean vote for Biden? You mean?
No, them the ones. All them people that's going down there to that. You got them truckers going down there. You got a whole bunch of white people going down there to that border to help hold it.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't see about go look on TikTok and look up the Texas border and the truckers. And it's about 4-5 videos. They in convoys going down there.
What?
Yep. And they said yesterday it was a clash in El Paso. In El Paso, the people that went down there to, try to help protect the border, the citizens, they said it was a clash with them coming through down there at El Paso.
What?
Yep. So they made a thing, and it was finna be a big old fight until the Border Patrol got in there and broke it up because they wasn't letting them across. Mm-hmm.
We don't. And see, and you remember how hard it was at first to get jobs here in Dallas because out there in urban and care because people start complaining they were behind all the Hispanic people they up on the paying and stuff and then people go and stuff and they want to pay them all that money. and people started getting mad. The white people started getting mad. They started missing their damn jobs and stuff. So they started getting mad. So that's when they started and voted the Mexicans out they city, out they little city. They ain't want nobody out there in Earl.
And see, and that's what I'm telling you. When them white folks start climbing, that's when they start. When we climb now, they'll be all right. They go sit. When they get tired of marching and moaning and groaning, they go sit down, and we ain't gonna hear nothing about them no more. We ain't gonna hear nothing about them no more. That's what they used to us doing.
Yeah.
But when the white folks go to climbing, then they start opening their eyes. And I'm hearing a lot of white people trying to be funny on the sly when they talking about another civil war or a civil war. I seen one video named Civil War 2.0. When the white folks go to climbing, then it's a problem.
Yeah.
And you got a bunch. I'm telling you, you got a bunch of them headed to that
because
border
they
down there.
already know that these Mexicans come in here and take their jobs again. And like I said, a lot of Mexicans took their jobs back in the day before they put out their little city. So now they see it coming back again, and then it got 2 times worse than what it was the last time. They ain't put let the Mexicans come back over here across that border. They ain't having that shit, Nizzle. No, they ain't gonna do that. If so, they're gonna input on their jobs again. They're gonna try to hire them people again for cheaper pay. No insurance, all that stuff.
But let me tell you something about Irving. All that talking, that screaming and hollering they did. There ain't nothing in Irving but Mexicans.
What you say?
My daughter lived over there in 2015. She lived over there from 2015 to 2016. No, from 2014 to 2016. She stayed over there 2 years. Ain't nothing over there but Mexicans. Mexicans ain't running the city.
What?
Because the white folk rolled over and let them do it. After you talked to all that noise, stopped them from coming over there, then you stood back and let them take over. Because that's all over there.
They took over now. God,
Mm-hmm.
represent.
Mm-hmm. Hey, remember, Biden was trying to tell people, remember when right after he took office and he called himself having a talk with the black leaders that there ain't no leaders to the black people, and told them they was going to have to, by 2030, that they was going to, the Caucasian people was going to be the majority, and we were just going to have to get used to working with the Hispanic. That was all part of the plan. They was going to flood the field with them. But I feel in my bones, I might be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'll come back in a minute. But Trump gonna get back in office.
Oh yeah.
And he's gonna shut all this down.
Oh yeah, he gonna get rid of.
And the only thing Obama was rounding them up and sending them out. They wasn't telling all that. He did that DACA. The DACA was the ones that was born over here could stay over here, and their parents. That's why he did DACA. If their parents were illegal and had kids over here, he signed that bill where they could stay because their child is an American citizen. Because if they're born over here, they're American citizens. But when Trump got in office, he let that expire, and Obama was rounding up the illegals. That's why he did DACA. So the ones that had kids born over here wouldn't have to go back. He was rounding them up, but Trump was rounding them up and hauling them out. Y'all got to go.
Yeah, and it's a lot of people is being is showing support to Greg Abbott for standing his ground as far as the immigrants, sending them places and holding down at the border. A lot of people, it's really they down with that. They're telling him to hold it down. Don't quit.
Yeah. Then you got these so-called intellectuals talking about that the black community was one of the other largest immigrants. Well, these immigrants ain't coming over here in shackles and chains. These immigrants ain't being put in shackles and chains over here. They coming over here and getting everything. We wasn't no immigrants. We was already here. We was already here. Do the research. They tell you when they mean them come over here. And I said, we was the ones in shackles and chains. We was the ones our ancestors' babies was getting sold out. We was the ones getting strung up in trees and stuff, getting private parts and stuff cut out, and they putting them up in museums and taking pictures of the people hanging from the trees and making postcards out of. They're not doing them immigrants like that. They got the red carpet out for them motherfuckers.
Yeah.
So how is you as a black man can sit up and fish your mouth and say that?
They getting all the good treatment.
Yeah.
all the good treatment. I mean, all the good.
And my understanding is some of the black people that, like within the last couple of years, you know how you have to go back and renew your application and stuff for your food stamp? If your situation doesn't change just a little bit, you getting cut off.
Yeah.
You ain't getting nothing. You ain't getting nothing. You ain't getting nothing. I told you they dropped my daughter down from about $600 something to $300. And she go to work, she do what she can do. Paying her rent, she doing what supposed to be doing. I need a little help with help me feed my kids. And she said they cut her all the way down. And she went part-time.
They take
She
it
was
from us and give it to them. They taking benefits from
yeah.
us and
Yeah, after she
on benefits just to get it to them people.
Yeah, after she had the last baby, she went to work part-time. And she said, Mom, and she working from home, but she still went part-time, so she had a little time with the kids. She said, Mom, I'm gonna have to tell these people I need full-time because I can't make it like this. And then they done cut my food stamps too. They got the food stamps when she went part-time.
Yeah. They got to make sure to keep some kind of way for somebody else for like the immigrants,
We already know that the Hispanics was getting no food stamps and nothing anyway before they did all this. We already knew that. They started that about 10 years ago. You get $20 worth of food stamps, and they get $500 worth.
You understand me?
You got
got
5
that
kids,
right.
they got 5 kids. Yeah, you got 5 kids, they got 5 kids. They get $500, you get $20.
Yep.
My cousin is handicapped. She got cerebral palsy. Been that way all her life. She live on her own by herself. She get a check. She said they won't get her but $10 food stamp.
Yeah. 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 They doing that. I think, and that is so wrong. That is so wrong. So wrong.
Yeah. And see, a lot of, like I said a while ago, when them white people go to crying, then they start looking around. As long as we crying, they don't care.
No.
They don't care.
Not a difference. Not when it's coming down to a difference between us and them. Most definitely not. Well, girl, that's true. I guess we get up off here, girl. Anything you want to say before we get up off of here?
IRS started taking income tax today. They started accepting the returns today.
Okay, then. All right, then. Time to go get that money, then, y'all. Go get that money. And make sure y'all donate to Being on Entertainment TV, cash capital B, and that's Being on Entertainment TV. We can make some things happen for the unfortunate. I wouldn't mind going one day and do some hot dogs when it get a little bit warm outside. So we're gonna hang out one day and do something like that right there, hot dog and chili and stuff like that.
Okay.
On a warmer day, but don't forget, let me know if you still need me to ride with you out of town and everything, and just let me know, hit me up, and I'll be ready to roll, whatever you decide to do.
I'm gonna let you know I'm probably gonna go Thursday.
Okay. That's like one of the men. I'm always ready to jump on the car and roll out.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go Thursday. Gotta get a little gas money together.
Well, like I said, just let me know. I'll be ready, girl. I'll definitely be ready. Anyway, but yeah, we need, like I said, we need a men's donation for clothing and everything. If you got some clothes you want to give out, go ahead and let me know. Y'all being selfish with your little clothes and shit. Y'all want shirts on your little clothing and everything. knowing you can't worm no more. You just hate to see somebody else put them on their body. That's all it is. You know, and that's crazy. And a lot of y'all wishing and hope you can get back in, but guess what? It ain't happening. She put them damn ding dongs down, them cupcakes, and zuzus, the popcorn, sodas, the paydays, the Snicker bars, the Hershey's and shit, and Mr. Good Bars and shit. You know, put all that down, them pork chops and hamburger patties and McDonald's, French fries, Braun's, yeah, all that Wendy's, the 4 for $4. Yeah. You ain't gonna never get them clothes ever again. Eat like that right there. Anyway, y'all know our motto. How the hell you love somebody when you don't love yourself? Peace.
This question, right? Only you will have 5 seconds to grab whatever you want.
Seriously?
Yes. How many inches are in a foot?
12.
Correct. Grab whatever you want, guys. Go. 5. Grab. Oh, 4. Come on, grab. 3.
I don't know what to grab.
Yo. 2.
Grab a
Grab more.
Grab a snack. Grab a snack.
Grab more snacks.
Yo, grab a snack.
Come on. And 1.
Dang it. Yeah!
Why did you grab the rice and the beans?
Because me and my family love rice and beans, so they just want us to have a good dinner tonight.
You want to have a good dinner tonight?
Yeah.
Give me $60, bro. Make sure you give this to your mom, all right? You promise you're going to give it to your mom?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
If one of you...
Hey, say, that ain't nothing but love right there. Y'all hear me? That ain't nothing but some love. You hear me? Most definitely. All right. Peace.
Moving slowly through the yard, through my mind, I feel